built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Okay, we good. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. We are still doing our predictions. And as you can see, Davey Dollars is still not here. You know, he's taking care of his newborn daughter, right? Shout out to him, Sabrina, for the addition once again. But I'm here with my other co-host, you know, the great, you know, Mr. Get Done Son himself, co-host of In the Red Corner, my boy Tomo. Tomo, you ready? How you doing, man?
I mean, in the words of Scary
to
Terry,
bring me my money.
you know I had to say something, Joe. You know I had to say something because Mike over there waiting for his
Donations.
But other than that, man, I'm doing good. I'm ready to try to close out on some of these off-season previews that we got because I'm waiting for some of the guests to come on here and start talking about their teams. Now, that's what I'm really prepared for because it's going to get very, very interesting. But other than that, doing good. Ready to talk some sports. How you, Joe?
Hey, man, Terry McLaurin. Now I know how you feel, Tomo, with all the drama in the off season. We going through it right now.
Welcome.
You know, I can only imagine if he was wearing a star.
Why you think I wore the shirt? Why you think I wore the shirt? We here.
That's funny. But look, y'all, like I said, we got some more NFL predictions for y'all. We're going to go over some teams. As you can see on the screen, if you're watching, we're going to talk about some of the NFC North. We got Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Jordan Love, and the Green Bay Packers. Then we got the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. So, yeah, we're going to break it down for all these teams. But before we get into it, well, first of all, it's Tuesday. You know, my boy, you know, Tuesday start with a T. That's what he says. Tuesday start with a T. You know, also starts with a T. Tomo.
Turn me up.
There it is. So make sure y'all like this video. We are streaming this on 4 different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch. So like the video on all 4 platforms if you can. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but except for X and Twitch, you can follow us there at R2L Sports. And share this episode with anybody, with somebody, so they can come on and watch this show live with you, because they can be involved in the show like you by being in the comments section. We can see all the comments that we'll be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to Brandon, Terry Tuesdays. I like that. I mean, he's signing, right? He got to be signing soon. You know, he's on the Eastern Motors commercial. He just made a new commercial.
So did Bradley Bill.
Today.
So did Bradley Bill. No, I'm joking.
Bradley Bill wanted to leave, though. That was a different story, right?
That
I think y'all wanted to keep him, right? And then he
wanted to go.
New ownership came and said, "Go, do your thing."
They did him a favor.
Not ownership,
yeah, they did him a favor.
Not ownership. New GM came in and said, "You know what, bro? Like, you holding us up. Get out of here. But we're gonna do you a favor and send you to KD and Devin Booker. I got you."
And you see what Kevin Durant did. I don't even want to play it no more. I'm gone.
Exactly. Left. So one boy Terry, maybe he sounds today. He did an Eastern Motors commercial. I'm excited about that because I saw that, like, okay. And then right after that commercial, I saw the interviews. I'm very frustrated. I was like, dang, it just killed my own mojo. But Last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
All right, and with that being said, we got to roll right into it. I mean, it's beautiful now, but it gets very cold up here in the wintertime. And you might watch this show on Showtime. We taking it to the shy. Chicago Bears. What, Joe? They had the number one pick a few years ago. Whoop, you can switch it up, but they had the number one pick just last year. And going into the season, there was a lot of high hopes. I mean, there was a lot of comparison between your guy, JD5, and Caleb. They was like, look, man, somebody got win rookie of the year. He kind of came out and he was touted as rookie of the year before he even had a snap. Then we all seen, Hard Knocks, and we watched what happened there with Eberflus, and they said, you know what, this season just ain't gonna cut it. So we're gonna go back to the drawing board and we're gonna make some things shake. And we're gonna go get one of the most explosive offensive coordinators in the league. And we're gonna see if he can help our quarterback go to the next level. I think they was trying to steal some pages out of your playbook, but I ain't gonna say too much about it, And they went and got Ben Johnson, who's now, of course, the new head coach. I think recently they just extended their actual GM. I think it's Ryan Pools. Charge it to my head and not my heart if I mess your name up. If you tune in the red corner, y'all already know what it is with me and names, but I'm going to classes for it. So with that being said, Joe, 5-12 record. A lot of talk around Caleb and just what he's going to be. Second season in the league. He done watched one of his counterparts in the same draft class have one of the greatest rookie seasons ever. Joe, what is your prediction for Caleb Williams?
Well, the greatest rookie season ever. Sorry, I had to correct you on that one.
I'm not gonna say that. I agree with you, but I'm not gonna say it.
Like Jamar Chase, I'm not gonna say his name.
Nah.
So this is so funny, Tomo. Two guys are scarred by the Commanders. We got Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, he throws it, and it's caught. It's caught. Hail Mary, Ben Johnson. Hey, we want you to come be our coach. Y'all drafted Caleb. Now we getting Jaden Daniels. Well, I'm gonna stay here in Detroit for one more year. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's what you want to do. Take that whooping in the playoffs and go home, Detroit. You want to throw these trick plays, James Wilson humping the ground and stuff after he scored? You know what? We're gonna have you throw the ball and then throw an interception. Shout out to Ben Johnson. I just want to get that off my chest for a second. So when we played on, they both be gonna be like, "Oh, we gotta beat these guys." Oh yeah, that's what y'all gonna be feeling. But we gonna see what happens when we play y'all. We play y'all again. Anyways, back to Caleb Williams. First of all, I want to start here by saying I like what the Bears did this all season. I remember we did our off-season episode, and they were one of my biggest winners. They went and got a bunch of old linemen, which they needed. Like Caleb Williams was getting pressured like crazy throughout the whole season, So they retoured right there, including getting Joe Tooney from the Chiefs. Shout out to my boy Brandon. The formula always works. New coach, sign Noah Brown, and draft the QB at number 2. Oh dang. So what was that? So that's that. They retoored the offensive line, and also they got Alameda Zacchaeus. I mean, shout out to Cav. Y'all saw what my boy did with Zacchaeus, and I know what Cowboy did with Zacchaeus. I forgot he was on the team, Tomo. Then he came over here. He was he had 600 yards. He was balling.
He was a weapon.
He had 2 touchdowns against his former team.
You sure did.
So I don't know if it's gonna be like that with Caleb. He ain't Jaden Daniels, but I expect a big year from Caleb Williams though. A big year. Last year he threw for 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The last 7 games in the season, he had 11 TDs and 1 interception. Last 7 games. So he was very careful with the ball. But I also thought that that was in his head. Like, man, if one thing I'm gonna have is I'm gonna not throw these picks. I can't outdo JD5 in this. I can't do Bo Nix. I'm gonna at least not have turnovers. I think that's what he turned to like towards the end of the year. So, but this year with Ben Johnson, creative mind, they retoured the offensive line. They got weapons.
They do.
Got weapons. Tomo, 4,200 yards. Yeah, I think he's going 4,000, 4K. And I'm gonna give it to him. 28. I'm gonna say 30 touchdowns, and I'm gonna say 12 picks. So 42 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 picks. I think he'll have a good year. I expect big things from not big things. I expect a leap from Chicago this year.
I'm with you on that one because again, Ben Johnson, and it's funny that you threw out all the turnovers and trick plays because again, how you throw a trick play in the mix and then the wide receiver throw a pick. That's just a bad day all around the board. Like terrible day. Jared Goff looked at him. I don't know if you heard my voice memo in the NFL chat, but Jared Goff was like, "Well, I got 3 and you got 1. I don't even understand how we could do this, man." So Ben Johnson, you're done, son. But
Yeah.
him in Chicago, we gonna see because again, you got DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Adunze, who definitely is looking for a bounce back as well. It's not just Caleb who's also looking for a bounce back, and they went and stole Luther Burden in the draft too.
Yep.
So that's another wide receiver piece there. And like you said, Zacchaeus, those are just a few of the offensive weapons again. So you kind of got to look at it like this: Ben Johnson coming from Detroit, who they say have one of the best offensive lines in football. They were protecting Jared Goff. Some would say, I mean, you can nitpick if you want, but that offensive line was there. You have to protect your quarterback at the end of the day. And that goes right into what I got to say about your guy, Caleb. Now, it's funny that you said, I think you said 42.
42.
42? That's funny, Joe. I was going 4K even because he's going to be the first. And if my notes is right, and if you're a Bears fan, please come on here and correct me. But they said that's going to be the first 4,000-yard passer in Bears history. So if he can do it, that lets you know just where all Bears quarterbacks have been also. So that's there. So if you can do 4K, I got 28 touchdowns. Of course, the interceptions are going to increase because you have to learn a new offensive scheme. And with Ben Johnson, he's throwing in new plays every week, and he's just one of those type of. I don't know if he's going to be calling the plays, but he definitely is one of those offensive minds who's always going to pull back from something. Because again, if you go back to the Lions game, there was a Lions game against, I think it was the Bears, where he used the play that the Packers had where they fumbled a snap. He used that as an actual play. So that right there just lets you know that, AK, you got to be prepared. Like everything's on the board at this point. So I do think he has a bounce back season. He needs one for his confidence and just for the Bears fans' confidence in him too. And Ben is going to need it to say, you left Detroit to come here, which is also a full circle moment. Joe, you alluded to it too. He didn't want Jaden Daniels, but he got the quarterback that he wanted to be the head coach for. So you got to prove a lot of people wrong. If you don't, they're going to be on your line.
Yep. And you know, with Jared Goff 3 years with Ben Johnson, 4,400 yards. Then he did 4,500. Then he did 4,600. That's Jared Goff. So no disrespect to Jared Goff, but I think Caleb is very, very talented. And with Ben Johnson, he's going to try some stuff. But you know, it's funny when they played us, they tried to run the ball with a center. Remember that? And they fumbled? That's some Ben Johnson stuff. He had the right place.
See, all the trick plays didn't work for y'all because they worked in Dallas. Now, if you go watch their game against Dallas, they was throwing touchdowns to the offensive linemen. They was running backs. They was running 90-yard hitches. It was just crazy.
It was payback from the call they made 2 years ago.
I mean, he should have checked in. Now, let me stop before Detroit fans find me, man. That's old news. But with that being said, we got to go look at it. We got to dive into this schedule. We talked about the prediction for the quarterback. We got to start looking at the schedule now, Joe. And the over-under, I got it. It's set at 8.5. And again, their record last year was 5-10. So they believe in Ben Johnson a little bit too. Joe,
you want to go to the schedule? You got it?
No, it's 8.5.
Oh, 8.5. Okay.
Yep, I got the schedule up. So, all right. Let me make sure I got the right team. Perfect. So they start off in Minnesota. They start right out the bat with division games. So they start off in Minnesota.
And it's Monday night.
Yep. And I got a funny comment about the Minnesota Vikings. I was watching First Take yesterday. Somebody thinks that Minnesota's going to have one of the best offenses. Anyway.
Dang.
Detroit, they go to Detroit, which is going to be funny for Ben Johnson. First game back home with against Detroit.
Dang.
I mean, in Detroit, my bad. Then they go on the road. Hold on, Joe. I don't know if anyone was tuned in last time, but their schedule almost looked like the Seahawks.
Yeah,
on the road at home. Yeah. But then they at home against Dallas. Thank God it's in September. That's cold. Then they go back on the road to Vegas. They got an early bye week. Then they got a Monday night in DC.
L. Monday night too in DC. Come on, wait, Landover. Come on, Tomo. You not letting that happen.
You might as well say in DC. They still trying to build the stadium.
They look the schedule maker said, you know what, y'all need extra help to play this team. We're gonna have y'all play them after y'all bye week. Give y'all extra time to prepare for them. That's what they did.
It's a whole new fan base, man. I'm telling you. Ain't nothing you can tell a Commander fan after last year. But they back at home against the Saints. Then they go on the road twice. The first game is in Baltimore. Then the second game is against the Bengals. Then they come back home. They play the Giants. And they go on the road again to play Minnesota. Back at home to play Pittsburgh. But they on the road twice again. And I think this is they play on Thanksgiving. Look like no, they play on Black Friday. They got the Black Friday game against the Eagles in Philadelphia. Then on the road again in Green Bay. Then they back at home against Cleveland, at home against Green Bay, on the road against the 49ers, and they close the season out. Right now it's a flex game at home against the Lions.
That's a tough schedule.
Over under 8.5.
That's a tough schedule. But am I going over and under? That's the question, right?
I'm going under.
You going under?
Yeah, I see you. Yeah. I see you.
All right. It's 9.5.
8.5.
8.5. I'm going over.
You going over?
Going over.
I see you, Vaughn. I see you, Vaughn.
Okay, under. I'm going over.
9 games?
Yeah, 9 games. I'm going over. You want me to point him out? Try to point him out?
Yeah, because I know Kev going to write him up.
I know week 6 is an L. Let me start there. I'm calling everybody that plays an L.
Exactly.
We ain't going undefeated. I like our schedule. We got to play a lot of people that got smoke with us, though. A lot of people that got some type of smoke with us. Like, I love it.
Y'all do have a parity-driven schedule. That is true.
You got to play the Packers, who we made them play Philly because we won and they lost. And at the end of the season, we got to play the Bears. We got to play the Lions again. You know, we got to play. We got the Falcons. I think we got to play the Bucks too again. I don't know. They don't want to see us. But I'm gonna go 3-3 in division. So 3 in the division. They could win against the Raiders. They could win against the Saints. They could win against the Giants. That's now, obviously, they're gonna beat some of these good teams too. Like they're sleeping. That Black Friday game is like that's an off game. You know what I mean? It's on a Friday, short week, and it's at 3:00. It's wild, right? Right after Thanksgiving with a full belly. They can beat the Browns.
You at 7.
They can beat the Steelers. And they can beat y'all. No, I mean they can beat y'all. You know, but it's gonna be in Dallas. It's gonna be early in the season. So I'm gonna get another team. They can beat.
You make solid.
They could be that, you know, but I'm not picking that.
You know? So if you want to go 9, I'll let you have your fan bias and say they'll beat the Cowboys in week 3. I'll let you have that one because you could make some. I mean, you got y'all going undefeated, so it's gonna be a tough fight for us and the Eagles. You know what I mean? So I mean, but
0-3.
That Detroit game gonna be tough. I'm sorry. They're going to have a lot to prove. Again, it's going to be new for Detroit. Ben Johnson been there for a while. They lost. Detroit lost. But we'll talk about Detroit in a minute. About to have
Chicago. Yeah, they actually next. Well, not next, but you know what I'm saying. Chicago is a good team. They were just ran poorly last year offensively.
Yeah.
They were ran poorly. Like, they were spreading everybody out, and they were dropping Caleb back a lot, which is not smart with the type of offensive line they had. They retooled the offensive line. They have weapons. They got 2 tight ends. I forgot the tight end name from last year. They drafted the tight end in the first round. So they trying to build something similar when they had the Detroit, you know. So, and I think with Ben Johnson being a play caller, we can't sleep on Chicago.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on it. It's just more so one of those things where you really don't know. And I know we're gonna talk about. There's a lot of new head coaches in the league this year who got a lot to prove. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. That's why I said we'll get into the Lions later, but I think that's gonna show us if it was the Lions or if it was him.
Yep. And Kev, don't forget when we played the Bears, Jaden Daniels wasn't supposed to play that game. I want y'all to remember. Y'all forgetting that part. He wasn't supposed to play that game. The man has some
Oh,
messed
the,
up
the
ribs.
ribs. Yeah, the ribs
So
was there.
he wasn't even fully healthy. Hurts ain't winning against the Bucks because his thumb hurt. Or Hurts, my boy was hurt with his ribs through a Hail Mary with the ribs, and they won. So my thing is, don't leave that part out. He wasn't fully healthy. So when he see my boy again, God willing, my man gonna be healthy.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that one, Kev. The
Kev.
defense is talented, but I think Eberflus had a little bit to do with that defense as well. So they got a new defensive coordinator there too. It's gonna be interesting. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of change in all of these divisions with the coaches and coordinators. I know. He came back home. Our linebackers coach, But I ain't gonna say too much. Sean Lee, Vander Esch. It's just a few names of dogs that was under him. But let's talk about, JET. Or for some say ME. We don't know what they're gonna be this year. Are they gonna be the Jets or is it gonna be a mess? Another team. They go another squad, Joe, that got a coach from that Detroit Lions team. I don't know why y'all did that to these peoples, man. Y'all made them break up their whole little the thing that they had. Y'all made them break up their nucleus, putting up all them points. But you start chopping a little bit. Say it again.
I said somebody had to do it.
You're right. They thought the Packers was gonna do it, but Jordan Love, he like to throw interceptions in playoff games too. But let's get back to the Jets. Aaron Glenn is the new head coach, former defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. He's coming over and trying to bring in some discipline for another stouted, some would say, defensive team with the Jets, who will have questions at the quarterback, but they went and got Justin Fields. Then they said, "Hey, Justin Fields, why not? We're gonna pair you up with your old college teammate, and we're gonna extend him." Because I think if I'm reading right, going off of the Davy bomb that was dropped in the NFL chat, Garrett Wilson, he got extended for 4 years, 130 mil. So that solidified him as one of the key weapons. And then a day later, they said, you know what? We got our star wide receiver, but we're gonna also play Sauce Gardner. And I think they extended him. He get 4 years, 120 mil, including 60 mil and new guarantees. So they out here just re-signing everybody. While still, I think Breece Hall is on the trade block, but he's not on the trade block. They don't know what they want to do with the running back, but I think it's going to be by committee. So with that being said, Joe, with the defensive line with Quentin Williams, Mosley, you got Gardner again at cornerback. It's going to be very, very interesting. What is my fantasy quarterback Justin Fields going to do? I don't even know where to start with Justin Fields, man. Somebody stole him in my fantasy. Somebody stole him the second year in the fantasy league and said, boom, won the whole thing. Shout out to you, Ty. he beat me with my quarterback because I said, I bet you want to start.
That was your boy years ago.
Man, brought me all the way back.
He did, though. He rejuvenated your whole squad.
Man, out of nowhere. Just went on a run. But what do I think for Justin Fields? I think what he going to do is he gonna shock the world, Joe. Last year he wasn't. Yeah. Because a lot of people wrote him off as far as saying, look, we don't know if he's a quarterback, if he's a running back, but you got to understand the talent is there. So I think he's going to throw for about 3,800 yards.
Ooh.
He's going to get you about 30 touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns, that is, including the 10 rushing touchdowns, because he's definitely going to run the ball some. Him, Breece Hall, with that offensive line being a little shaky, I think they made some places where they wanted to plug it in. So, of course, they improved it just a little, but still. You know what he can do as what electrifying with the football. I think the interceptions, I think he's going to give you about probably 10 to 12. If you want to go crazy and stand in the pocket and prove people wrong, it might go to like 14. But the Justin Fields disrespect is definitely going to be it's going to be silenced this year.
Hey, Kev, we going based off record from last year. Okay, so you high on Justin Fields this year.
Yep.
So is Dave. That's good. All right, like you said, they brought in Justin Fields. They didn't make a lot of noise in free agency. this offseason, but they did bring in Justin Fields. They still got their core group, far as like that core group. They're two young stars, Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson, like you said. I'm not gonna say like when it comes to Justin Fields, I think that the way that they want him, a new head coach also. I think the way they want to run their team is defense first and ball control. So I don't think that Justin Fields is gonna like air it out a lot. It's gonna be a lot of running, but he's gonna throw the ball obviously. But I think he'll have like 3,200 yards, like that, 3,200 passing yards, or around that 3,100, 3,000 passing yards. I don't think he would throw a lot of passing yards, but I do think the Jets can potentially be one of the top rushing teams in the NFL, like at least top 10. Maybe itching towards top 5, but I can see them running the ball. Like you got Braylon Allen too. I think you mentioned him too. But Braylon Allen. So you got that.
Actually, yeah.
You got you got that duo running back going on, and he played great, like really good last year. Like he took a lot of Brees Hall snaps last year. So I think they're gonna be like that. There's gonna be a lot of read option. There's gonna be a lot of Justin Fields every play, hand the fake. It's gonna be a lot of that. So I'm gonna say he's gonna throw. I'm gonna say 32 though. I'm gonna say 3,200 passing yards, 20 passing touchdowns. I don't think he's gonna throw the ball a lot, and I'm gonna say like 8 interceptions.
Okay,
8 interceptions. Go ahead.
That's why when in the 30, I said 10 of those might be rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, you did say. And then rushing. So I look at Justin Fields' career. He does really good, but that he gets hurt like when he's with the Bears. Every year he had an injury out of nowhere and he missed some games. And he always get hurt when he's heating up, or he get hurt and come back and start cooking. Yeah,
and help your team go to the playoffs. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
fantasy wise.
So Justin Fields has never thrown for 3,000 yards. He's never thrown for 3,000 yards. He never played 16 games either. His career 12 games, 15 games, 13, and then he started 10 games. Well, played 10 games with the Steelers, but he gotta stay healthy. Number one. So rushing though, he had 1,100 rushing yards in 2022. He had 289 last year. So I can definitely see him rushing for like 800. I can see him rushing for like 800 rushing yards this year. And as far as touchdowns, he had 8 touchdowns his second year when he had 1,100. So that's around the range you talked about, 10. But I can see 3,000 passing yards around that range. I can see like 800 rushing yards. So he can have 4,000 yards combined. He could possibly do that. That would be nice.
That's a mean confidence boost, and not just him, but for that organization too, because it's like we got our guy.
Yes, and I do want to say this. Remember I said about Kyler Murray? Well, this is different. So Justin Fields, this probably make a break for him, bro. Like he has to be at least good this year. Nobody's saying you gotta be what we're like 4,000 passing yards, 3,800, 4,000 total yards, but he has to play winning football and show that I could be a starting quarterback in this league and win games for a whole season. So if he shows that now the coach, what was his name? I can't think of his name. The coach came out and said Justin Fields is our guy. He reiterated that, So if he shows that, if he doesn't show that this year, like if he looks like starts good and falls off a cliff and they don't win games, then next year it's gonna be options to move on from him. But I think if he's just good, that's it. This is good. This is gonna be his job to keep. I don't think they're looking for no Peyton Manning type quarterback. And they ain't looking for that because he's a defensive guy. He these defensive coaches trust their defense as long as they get a quarterback who don't turn the ball over and play careless football and they can run the ball. That defensive coach is gonna be excited.
I think for him, I'm with you on the make it or break it. I think it's dependent upon how the season plays out, though. So let's say, and you don't want to talk like this, but if if some wild injury was to happen and it like deters the whole season, I don't think they blame that on him. I think they look at it and say, well, can you keep us afloat? And if the wild injury does happen and he can't keep them afloat, they might look at, oh, no, and he's playing bad. Then they'll say, okay, we got to find a new guy. Granted, we understand what happened over there, but he also wasn't able to at least maintain the games, or his play declined, because we know what he's capable of. But I truly think he's going to look at this whole situation like it's a breath of fresh air. Because again, he went to, did he get traded to the Steelers? And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but
no, he signed. Yeah, he
so
did get traded. He got traded. Yeah.
okay. So he went there, and then he's thinking he's going to have the starting job. Then they go sign Russell Wilson, and it's like, well, what's going on? And then remember that whole offseason is, am I starting? Am I not starting? Am I starting? Am I not starting? I'm only starting because he got hurt, and once he get healthy, now he comes back. But y'all want me in for trick plays. There's so much that was going on there. Now he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just go up to New York. I got my guy with me as far as wide receiver, so I can prove a lot. They got a new staff, so it's not too much I really got to prove. I mean, it's not too much of them looking down on me, because everybody got something to prove in this front office, on the field, and again in the booth. So it's like we all got to lean on each other. So I think he is gonna be good. I think he really. I ain't gonna tell y'all too much, but I think he's gonna have a decent year on the field and digitally. But I ain't gonna say too much.
Okay.
Now I say all that.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say I say all that, but then we gotta talk about the schedule. So go ahead and finish what you was about to say.
Now I'm about to say, I like this comment. I think he will have his best season of his career. I agree too. He will, but he will still fall short, unfortunately. Meaning, like, I think he's saying, like we were saying, like, is he gonna be good enough? Like I said, this Jets team couldn't remind me, and it's not gonna be as good as that team, but Mark Sanchez Jets, how it was all defense and running the ball, so I think they're gonna lean on the defense a lot in the running game, and they're gonna put Justin Fields in advanced situations. They want to put him in situations where he's playing with the lead and his ball control. Now, if they get behind, then that's when we can see Justin Fields. I don't know, but I'm rooting for the guy. I'm rooting for him. Cause I feel like he was 5-2 with the Steelers, and then he lost against Yard. And then Russell Wilson came in and saved the day.
I mean, that was a rain game. You can't really put too much on him for that one. It was slippery out there.
I mean, Dak was balling.
I say only veteran quarterbacks, could do stuff. He's been in the league for almost like 30 years. He better be able to play in the rain. But anyway, the Jets over under, Joe, 6.5.
Woo!
You got the schedule, or you want me to go?
That's a. I think I'm still like. Am I still like going crazy? Mine.
It's every now and then.
Yeah, so you can read it. I got that about though.
All right, bet. All right, so it's gonna be interesting because again, parity in the NFL. The NBA should take some notes, or maybe they are going to take some notes after the season they just had with all the way it played out. Shout out to OKC for winning the finals again. But NFL, guess who the Jets start off with at home? Aaron Rodgers and them Steelers. He said, you ain't believe in me. I'm gonna see y'all right out the gate. I know how I care feel about week 1 games, but hey, this is what sells the tickets right here. So they start off with the Steelers. Then they back at home again. They got Buffalo. So you got the reigning MVP Josh Allen. And then they go on the road to play Tampa Bay, go on the road to play Miami. It's a nice little 2 trips in Florida right there. I ain't mad at y'all. Exactly. The Miami game is a Monday night. Then then they back at home. They play Dallas. Then they back at home and no, they in London. The 9:30 game's got to be a London game. They play Denver in London. Then they back at home for Carolina. They're on the road for the Bengals. They get a bye week 9. After the bye week, they back at home. They play Cleveland. They got 2 road games. One is a Thursday night game against the Patriots. The next game is against the Ravens. Then they got 2 home games again. They got the Falcons, then Miami. I'm like, why they keep playing Miami? I had a moment right there. It's their division. Justin Fields, man. These quarterbacks moving. You forget what teams is here. But then they got 2 road games again. They go play Jacksonville. They play the Saints. Back at home against the Pets. Then they close the season out in Buffalo. It's a flex game, so we don't know the schedule just yet. Could be some playoff implications there. 6.5.
I'm gonna go over. I think when Aaron Glenn being there, this team, like last year, was some funk running around that team. And don't forget, before Aaron Rodgers got there, they were like a 7-win team. 7-win
Before who got
team.
there?
Yeah, before Aaron Rodgers got there, they were a 7-win team back-to-back years. I think back-to-back years, yeah, 7 wins. They were like one game away from making it. Not one game away, but they were close to making the playoffs both years. And that's what the quarterback play they had. They have terrible quarterback play,
That
but a
is
good
true.
defense. Robert Saleh. Aaron Glenn is there. They still got that defense. They still got weapons on that defense, obviously. But then you bring in a playmaker. One thing about Justin Fields, he's a playmaker. So like he can get you out of situations that's a mess because he have his legs. So he can extend drives just with his legs. So and Aaron Glenn is a good man. Like he's a man of the people. You know, he's a great leader from what I hear. Like as you saw, like he be doing Bible study with them. Shout out to the one who need to up his handwriting, but I get you, bro. But I'm gonna say over. I think they're gonna win 7 games. I'm gonna say over.
Somebody in this division got to be bad. Is it gonna be Miami? You still trying to figure out what they talking about with Tua and everything.
Miami, bro.
New England got a whole new staff, but they brought back, a former player to be their head coach. And then you got Josh Allen and the Bills, coming off of everything he just had. 6.5. I think they can get 7 games based upon who they're playing, but I wouldn't be mad if I took the under and they still found a way to, prove me wrong. So I'm gonna go with Saints, Jacksonville. They can probably steal one from Cleveland, Carolina. I don't know why I keep picking on Carolina like this.
I know. Carolina gonna be better than what
I think the Jets gonna be better than what I'm saying, but I'm going under.
they got the pages twice. Sorry, Teddy.
I'm gonna go under. By week 5, of course, they say that's when you know what your football team is. But I think by week 5, we'll know who this Jets team is. So
Who
I'm
they
going
play
under.
y'all, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say week 6 because people still a game against Dallas. Then the world said they're going to the Super Bowl, and then they don't
Or
make
they're
the
the best
Super
team
Bowl.
in the NFC.
Yep. Yeah, that was me. And look what happened the week after. The week right after I said that. Saints ain't look good since. I'm telling you. As soon as I said it, they just went straight to trash. They said, no, we good. We're gonna have our 2 games and we're gonna play like trash. We are okay.
That's funny.
Insane,
All right, get it.
man. Let's move on, man. We gotta go to Is he top 3? Is he top 5?
I knew Teddy gonna say something.
you knew he was. Is he top 3? Is he top 5? I mean, he had MVP numbers, but the season they didn't make the playoffs. Is he better than some people got him above Lamar Jackson? Is he better than some people say, Super Bowl MVP Hurts? Is he better than Josh Allen? We won't know until we find out what the Bengals are actually going to do. Now, he's beaten some of these folks head to head. He's actually beaten one of these teams to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, the number 1 quarterback in the league.
Ooh.
But at the end of the day, this team just finds ways to start the season off very rough. So this over-under going to be very, very interesting once we start talking about it. But bouncing back off of an injury, dealing with an offensive line that was up and down. We already know what the Bengals defense was last year. Some people are starting to question the head coach, Zach Taylor, to say, hey, man, what's really going on? Why you can't start off a season? You got 4 or 5 months to prepare for this, and you still can't start a season. Then, do we really need to touch on the front office? We're going to do it. So we're going to start off. We already know the hustle and bustle that Jamar Chase had to go through to get his bag. But we see he got 4 years, $161 million extension. Then T. Higgins was like, I mean, what y'all really want me to do? He re-signed. He got 4 years, $115 million. So we talking about almost $250 million between 2 wide receivers and then your quarterback alone. We trying to figure out what y'all gonna do with Trey Hendricks. There's so many questions around this Bengal team, Joe. But we got to start off, and not just you, Joe. We got to start off with the other Joe, Burrow. What is he gonna do this year?
Man. You said it best, man. It's all has been up and down. They signed his 2 guys, but everybody else, like they said, not even the first round pick they signed. Trey Henderson is still waiting for his deal, which is sad. they didn't really do much in the off season. So like their draft, I mean, you know, they did get an edge rusher in the first round from Texas A&M, Shamar Stewart. So they try to address the defensive side of the ball. They got Demetrius Knight Jr. linebacker in the second round. So they try to address it. But Tomo, I mean, do I think Joe Burrow is going to throw for 4,900 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions again? No, I don't think so. No, not this year. Is Jamar Chase going to have the triple crown again? No, I don't think so. Not this year. So, but I think he'll have a good year still. All right. I still think he would throw for 4,500. 4,500 passing yards. And I'm going to say 35 touchdowns. I think he have a really good year still. And it's I mean, 10 interceptions is cool. 9, 10, whatever. But 4,500 and 10,000. I'm sorry, and 4,500 and 35 touchdowns. But this Bengals team is the match.
Oh, we can agree there. I crack my jokes about the Jets saying MESS, but no, who they? That should be they saying. They say who they gonna pay? Because that's what we need to be asking. They not paying nobody but whoever Joe Burrow likes, and that's what some people are saying. He likes Chase, we're gonna make sure he get paid. Chase like Higgins, but guess who likes Burrow? Chase. So we're gonna make sure Higgins get paid. But Trey Hendricks is out there just saying, I'm gonna get to the quarterback. I'm gonna get to the quarterback when I can. So how I feel about it is, I think everything Joe said was very interesting. Can he throw for 49? He went for 49, almost 5,000 yards last year. But again, we already see what that leads you to. All stats, no playoffs. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with about 4,800 passing yards, and then right after that, we agree there, Dave. Yeah, we all gonna go. He can definitely get to 4K, especially with those two receivers, Gesicki, and still you have Chase Brown coming out of the backfield, who can still make plays. So that'll keep the defense on their heels. As far as touchdowns, I think he gets 40. He can go for 40. Worst case scenario, he get 35. And interceptions, I mean, he threw 9 last year, so 1 up or maybe 2 more. I think he can get to 12, but I think he's gonna get 40 touchdowns, Joe. He got a lot to prove. You see what I'm trying to.
What you got to prove?
What you mean? What do you got to prove? One, that he is a top 5 quarterback that can get his team to the playoffs when his defense is playing bad. 2, we got to make sure that the wide receiver room that we paid, we got over $100 million receivers on both sides of the ball. I got to make sure that I can show you I can get them the ball. And 3, Josh Allen got MVP. If I would have made the playoffs, I think I should have won it.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, AJ been saying this for a long time. What do you have on your resume other than appearance in the Super Bowl? That's it.
And that's it.
No pros, no MVPs. Everybody got one. Mahomes got MVPs. Lamar got one. Josh Allen got one. And they all got all pros. Joe Burrow don't have one.
Nope. So you got to prove it. You got to prove it. But his front office ain't. God, that's terrible. You can't sign your draft picks. I understand there's a thing going around with the second round picks and they want guaranteed money, but if you can't sign your first round pick, man, how you gonna get over 9.5 wins, Joe? How they gonna do it?
It's crazy because with this whole signing thing you talked about, it's the wrong thing doing it. All right, so and sorry, go ahead. Tom.
I was gonna say no. I was gonna read the schedule off for you. I got you. They start off at
go ahead.
Yeah, the over under again is 9.5 for those that are listening, but they start off at Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Well, she always played bad in early in the year, but go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. They can't keep starting off like this either. We talking about their front office. The coach too needs to be looked at. Like you can't start off 0-3. So again, you start off at Cleveland, against Jacksonville, and then at Minnesota. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
Joe Burrow plays terrible in Cleveland. This one should know that. But go ahead. They say L probably right out the gate.
Look, you and Dave. They said L. Then they got a Monday night game at Denver. They come back home to play Detroit. They go on the road to play Green Bay. Then they got a Thursday night game against Pittsburgh, divisional game, and then at home against the Jets, at home against the Bears. Got a Week 10 bye. Then they go back on the road, fresh off the bye, to play the Steelers. At home against the Pats. On the road against Baltimore. I was looking saying, when do they play Baltimore? So it's late this year. Okay, so hold on. That's the Thanksgiving game. Against Baltimore.
Oh, what?
November 27th, right? That's Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
Yeah. At Baltimore. Okay. Then they follow it up. They go on the road to play at Buffalo. This is going to be his MVP stretch right here. Okay. So I'm going to start over again. At Baltimore, at Buffalo, at home against the Ravens again, on the road against Miami, at home against the Cardinals, and close it out at home against Cleveland. 9.5.
Here's a crazy thing. They don't play the Chiefs.
That's because they got Josh. Well, no, they playing their whole division. If they would have made the playoffs, yeah. I think because they didn't make the playoffs.
They got, it's funny. They didn't make the playoffs because the Broncos made the playoffs. And who the Broncos beat in the season? The Chiefs. The Chiefs rested their players.
Oh, yeah, they said the Chiefs did that so the Bengals couldn't make the playoffs. That's why that episode was so funny. When Burrow was sitting on the couch watching them lose, he was like, ain't nothing I could do about it. I'm here with y'all. That's what you get. So
that's funny.
I want to hear what you got to say. Over under 9.5. I want to hear what you
got
to say. Over?
Yeah, bro. I'm going over. There's no way Joe Burrow he's been getting disrespected this all season. I hear people say he only made the playoffs twice his whole career. He only been healthy twice his whole career. Let's start there. All the other years he didn't make the playoffs, he wasn't healthy. His rookie year, he got hurt. Then he went to the Super Bowl. Then the year after that, he got hurt again. And then he went to the AFC Championship when he came back. Like, come on now. And then he got hurt. I think he got hurt 3 times, for real. Oh, no, he got hurt twice. I think he went to the Super Bowl, then the AFC. Let me see. Hold up. My bad.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Let me pull up. Hold up. Joe Burrow got, every time he didn't make the playoffs, other than last year, it was because he was hurt. That's it. Yep.
2020.
Yep. Oh, no. I'm tripping. So 2020, he got hurt. Rookie year. 2021, Super Bowl. 2022, AFC Championship game. 2023, he got hurt.
Yep.
And then last year, the man's defense was trash. I'm sorry. Now, don't get me wrong. He could have been better against the Patriots. He could have been better. I get it. But, dog, everybody has the opportunity to have one slip up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, last year, the Bengals. Why am I on the Chiefs? What's going on?
You trying to look at a winning team. Go ahead.
Oh, here we go. Last year, the Bengals, they lost to us, and they scored 33 points. Do you know they didn't put the ball not one time, and they lost?
That was the game where I remember you. Yeah, you was celebrating that game. That was your guys' coming out party, actually.
It definitely was Monday night. Yes, it was.
That Terry catch.
Scored 38 against Baltimore and lost.
Yep.
Like, come on, scored 34 against Baltimore again and lost.
Yep.
Scored 38 against Pittsburgh and lost. How you let Pittsburgh, no disrespect to Javon, but that offense ain't all that. They scored 44 points.
Why you do that, man?
Like, come on, they lost 4 games when they scored 35 plus.
And they stole a game, but I ain't gonna say too much.
They stole.
You know what game I'm talking about, man? If it weren't for that muff punt, they supposed to lose that game.
Yo, that play, Tomo, was just the story of y'all season, bro. Yeah. So yeah, I think he began to expect that. Like I had people say he only made the playoffs twice in his career. I'm like, bro, he got hurt twice in his career. And the 2 times he made the playoffs, he went to the AFC Championship game. And he went to them both times. And he backs it up in the regular season. Like he looks like a really good quarterback in the regular season. Then he gets to the playoffs, they win games.
Yeah, like you said, a healthy Joe Burrow. say it. I ain't gonna do it. I already got a clip out there. People texting me about now. I'm gonna chill.
No, go ahead. Say
Because
what you got.
outside of the Super Bowl run, Joe, what's the difference between Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott?
I mean, he went to the FC Championship game.
I said outside of the Super Bowl run.
That's another year. He went to the FC
You right.
Championship game.
All right. But what happened after that? I just gotta start some stuff, man. All right, so we going to the Packers. He said he went to the AFC Championship. Yep, you're right.
Hold on. You taking the over or under?
Me? I don't trust that O-line, Joe. I do not trust that offensive line. Dave, it ain't that funny. I know you over there laughing for. I know how you laugh. I can see his face right now laughing. It's not that funny, Dave. Like that. That's it. But I give them 10. They can win 10 games. They can win 10 games.
Come on, man.
I don't know. Like you just named like 5 games where they put up almost 50 points and lost though, Joe. That's where it gets difficult.
They got new DC also. I did.
But
I like
their
that
leading sack rusher might not even make the field. He might not even take the field.
Yo.
Without him, imagine how many points they would have had to put up each game.
And a first round pick might not play either.
That's what I'm saying. Like they really about to be playing flag football. It's just all offense. No disrespect to the defensive players. Maybe they step it up, but you can't go into work every day knowing this is how they treating their leading pass rusher, bro.
Hey, Dave, you got the over under. Then he said 9 to 10 wins max. That's what he said. Dang.
We here. Like that 0.5 is tough. Like I see him winning 9, and that's all offense. Joe Burrow can get you 9 games.
Oh, he got over. But think about it. With that terrible defense, when the Bengals locked in, they won 5 games in a row to end the season.
Joe.
No, don't get me wrong. It's against the Cowboys. That was hurt.
It was a muff punt away. If he would have never touched that ball, they lose that game, Joe.
Yeah.
So
man.
that 5 in a row is a little funny in the light.
But they lost. But look, they lost every game except for one. About 1 possession.
Yes. And you know what that 1 possession was? No defense.
No, in fact, the defense was trash.
Then the one game I think they played the Ravens, they just needed a field goal. He missed. Like I'm just saying, just so much.
Yeah.
What can go wrong will go wrong.
All right, but we're going over.
We all going over because we believe in the quarterback and the 2 wide receivers. But when it comes to everything else, I don't know. You gotta play. We gotta go back to spades with the Bengals. How many books you got? I got a solid 3 on offense. I don't know what I got a solid 3. Everything else, it's on you.
I know. For real. I got some spades, but it's a 3 or 4.
Yeah, we gonna be fighting. Man. We gotta talk some trash and throw them off their game or something. I don't know. I'm like all low cards, all low. They all low. I don't know what we gonna do, man. I got one joke in. If I run it, if I play that, it might get ugly.
Man, no, the Bengals be playing spade with a bad spade partner. Like the offense, they got a good hand. But the defense, bro, they gotta carry the defense every spade game.
Joe, I know you don't usually watch shows like this, but go watch Quarterback on Netflix. I
do want to watch it, just that find time. But I do want to watch it.
When you find the time. Yeah. It's so hard to see Joe Burrow not try to say his defense is bad every episode. You could just hear him be like, come on. What? Again? Like you could hear him just be like, we suck. Like how they caught Dak saying that. Joe Burrow was trying to find ways not to say that.
Shout out to Joe Burrow though. He don't blame the defense at all. He always talk about like he gotta be better. I give him props for that.
Yeah, I give all quarterbacks that. But trust me, when they go home and ain't no cameras around.
Babe,
what's some words being said?
We suck. I know.
I'm telling you, he went home and laid down. If he ain't got no lady, He probably texted some random chick and was just like, how is it going? The game was cool. Is she into sports? How you feeling? We trash.
No, it ain't we. They trash.
Now he wanted to, you gotta, it's a team, you're gonna
Yeah.
still say that. But then if somebody else do start talking trash, I'm like, no, you suck. I'm good. You suck. Now let's talk about the Packers.
Let's get it.
Man, Joe Burrow, look what you got us doing. Now,
Joe Burrow to Jordan Love.
where's the love?
Ooh.
Last time y'all made me talk about the Packers, I had to defend some nonsense in a playoff game. Dak Prescott. But anyway, then Jordan Love goes out here and he says, I told y'all I can do it. Did anybody put him in the top 10? I think some people put him in the top 10 after that.
Was he in that NFL executive? I don't think he was in the NFL executive.
I don't think he was. We're not ever talking about that list. That list was terrible, Joe. Just because your man was number 5, this was terrible, Joe.
I actually like it,
I bet you do. I would too. Well, Matt LaFleur, back again. Back at it again. We got to see how these Green Bay Packers are going to actually prove to us that Jordan Love should be a top 10 quarterback. Why go and get Josh Jacobs, adding to your rushing game? Why bringing in Isaiah Simmons from the Giants is going to help your defense, but also you lose somebody in that secondary. I don't know what happened there, but Jair Alexander is no longer with the Packers. Mm-hmm. They no longer have A.J. Dillon. I think A.J. Dillon went to the Eagles. Push-tush jokes all over the place. But 2 years ago, Joe, you had high hopes for Jordan Love. I wonder how the hopes are now, because I want to hear what your prediction is for Jordan Love. Oh, wait, hold up. I knew that was going to happen.
Wow.
I'm waiting for you to catch up. You froze.
Oh, man.
Oh, can anybody hear me?
Yeah. Oh, man. Is it like that? Is that bad? Oh, man. It's still doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, now you good now?
Yeah. Man. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm not good again. But, as you know, I was a big Jordan Love advocate before last year. And then last year, he kind of disappointed me. Now, a lot of people say because of the injury, they went undefeated when he got hurt, which is crazy. They didn't lose the game. And then he comes back, and then he be throwing his interception was high. He only had 11 last year, but I felt like when he had multiple games, we threw multiple interceptions. So last year he had 3,300 yards, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Now what they do? They still have a receiving core they had last year. They added Matthew Golden. I know y'all wanted him, Tomo, in Dallas, but y'all ain't got an offensive lineman, which I think was very needed with Zach Martin retiring. But they got Matthew Golden, but a lot of people are saying but you need a bona fide number 1 receiver. Matthew Golden is what you already got. But I like Matthew Golden. He has a lot of potential, obviously, to be a guy like that. And in the Matt LaFleur offense, I think he would flourish. It's another weapon they have because Christian Washington is hurt. He's always in and out the lineup. So having him will be good. So I don't think Christian Watson played in the playoff game against the Eagles. I think he was hurt. So Chris Brown. 3,300 yards last year, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Tomo, do you know that Green Bay threw the ball? They were second to last in pass attempts a game behind the Eagles.
Sheesh.
Yep, second to last. It was the Eagles. They were the worst, and it was them. Josh Jacobs, I like Josh Jacobs. If we saw the playoff game, he single-handedly, offensively, was carrying them. He really was. And Jordan Love had throwing interceptions. So I'm going to say, because he threw 4,100 yards in 2023, I still think he's capable of being a 4,000-yard passing yard guy. So I'm gonna say 4,100 again. 4,100. And I think a part of the reason why they had that stat was because he did get hurt. They didn't throw the ball as much, but he didn't throw the ball as much as people expect because a lot of people thought Jordan Love was going to take a huge leap last year. So 4,100 passing yards. I'm gonna go with 30 touchdowns, and that boy 15 interceptions.
15.
But he had 11. He missed like 3 games.
Oh yeah, he was definitely on par for it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up this game log because he definitely had games. The Eagles game, that was a postseason game where he threw 3.
He threw 3.
Uh,
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, hold up, there we go. I'm trying to find it.
The
So
Vikings game, I think. Oh my goodness, was it the Vikings game?
that's the one I'm trying to look. No, it wasn't the Vikings game. Yeah, it was the Vikings game. He threw 3.
Woo!
And then he
But
was
then he
on
started
it.
coming back. He threw 4 touchdowns at the end, like towards the end of the game, and so the numbers look better than you. He threw the ball 54 times too. That's crazy.
Sound very familiar, don't it? I'm not gonna say too much though. Very, very familiar. You gotta throw some interceptions, then find a way to get you back in the game. But go ahead. You know one?
I know one guy ain't like that, but I know what you're talking about though. But your
So
guy,
listen,
he don't really throw a bunch of. Yeah, he do. Never mind. Not every time though. It's just y'all be losing, and then he bring y'all back. But he don't be throwing picks every time though.
see, with him, it's either he's on, but once that first interception is there, and now it's like I gotta get back in it. It's an avalanche. It's just like pick. So I'm with Shady on that one. Like when it's bad, it's bad.
You right, Tomo. That's why that Steelers game was like a shocker to me, because he was bad, bro. He was doing he was turning the ball over, and y'all still won.
It was raining,
and he was clutch.
It was raining.
I know you were so proud that day. That
I was.
Y'all can't tell me nothing.
It was 1 a.m. I'm like, golly, first of all,
nobody
the game
up. I can't celebrate with nobody.
Exactly. That was another reason why. But let me get back to Jordan Love right quick, man, because we got another team to do before we get on up out of here. So Jordan Love, I think he can be capable of throwing for 4,000 yards. I'm with you on that one, Joe. He's not a scrub at quarterback. It's just that, again, I think the praise outweighed some of his performances because, again, we look at that playoff game against Dallas, but a lot of people don't really go back and look that Aaron Jones was killing the rushing attack, so it made his day, even more spectacular because people were wide open downfield.
Wide open, bro.
Like you can throw for almost 1,000 yards in a football game if somebody's that open. It was just people literally standing next to the cheerleaders, like, "You gonna throw me the ball?" That's how bad it was. That's the even crazier part. But then he went and played the 49ers, right? He played the Niners.
Yeah. 49ers.
He played the Niners, and then that's when all the underthrown passes start getting picked off by the other team because that's what happens when your defense shows up in the playoffs. Anyway, 4,000 yards passing. I think he get about 30. I think he get 30 to 32 touchdowns. But I'm with you on the interceptions. If he gonna throw for 4K, he does fall under that gunslinger mentality at times. Not saying he is a gunslinger, but he is gonna chance it. And having those new weapons out there like a Golden, he's definitely going to try his hand. He's going to trust his receivers. Jaden Reed, guys like that, Romeo Dobbs. He's going to get 15 to 16 interceptions. And again, when we say interceptions, I say about 12 of those is going to be his fault. And then some of those is just going to be like, it bounced off his shoulder. But about 15 to 16 interceptions.
16 would be crazy.
I mean, he can lead the league.
Matthew Stafford, like.
He made the Super Bowl, right?
He had a defense.
Carl gonna kill me. So every time I say that, he be like, you don't want to hear that. All right, let me find this over under because it looks like 9.5.
Oh, I'm taking it under. Let you know. Go read the schedule. Read the schedule.
All right, make sure it's the right team. I know why you start off that way. They start off. Is this the right team? Yeah, Green Bay. They start off at. Hold on. Oh no! The Bears played them week 3. Okay, I'm like, wait, why Detroit here twice? So Detroit, they start off at home against Detroit. Start off at home against Washington.
L.
I knew you. That's why I waited.
Thursday night too. We got to redeem ourselves for our last Thursday night game.
Man, that's gonna be interesting. Okay, and then 2 road games. They start off. The first road game is in Cleveland. Then the second road game is in Dallas on Sunday night.
Y'all playing at home a lot. It's all these teams we talking about today.
Oh yeah, we are.
And they all prime time. Like, what the heck? Like
Bye
every
week,
game we
week,
talked about, y'all had to play was prime time. I think.
bye week 5. I'm trying to move on. It's gonna be a long year.
Even the Jets, y'all were prime time this time. What the heck?
We give everybody their moment. This is their moment. They better prove me wrong this year with that too. I'm tired of that.
Oh yeah, that's
But
payback for y'all. Go ahead.
they better put 50 on them boys. I promise. Pickens better swing a helmet at somebody. That's how bad I want them to beat the Packers.
Oh yeah, Jai ain't there no more. Where that toughness at?
This is how bad I want them to beat the Packers. This is time. Jair in Baltimore. Steelers got to worry about something now. I ain't worried. Oh, not even the Steelers. The Bengals got to worry about that too. I can't wait to hear what the Ravens got to say about their preseason preview.
Man, what?
Yeah, let's get back to work right quick. All right, week 5 by week 6, they play the Bengals at home. Then they go on the road. They got back-to-back road games. The first one is in Arizona. The next one is in Pittsburgh. And they come back home. They play Carolina. They got another Monday night at home. At home against Philly, which some people you saying a get-back game. They're going to try to treat that one like a get-back game. Them and Philly got it's like an undertone rivalry there too. Nobody really want to talk about it. But they go on the road, play New York, back at home against the Vikings, on the road against Detroit, back at home against the Bears, on the road twice, once against Denver. The next one is in Chicago. And they back at home, they play the Ravens. Jair come back towards it. Why would they do that at the end of the year? They should have swapped that Eagles game. And anyway, I don't make the schedules. And then they finish it off against Minnesota. Over under set at 9.5.
Taking down the bro.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are gonna like take their spot this year.
I'm going under. I think you saying 9 games because
they at most they're
9.
not winning 10 games in my mind. No, I don't see 10 games.
Yeah, I can't see 10 games on this schedule. I can see 8 to 9. They don't cover that 0.5 though.
Think about it. Jordan Love's first year there starting, they won a massive winning streak and they were the 7th seed. And that's number 1. And then number 2, they went undefeated without Jordan Love and still became a 7th seed again.
They love being a 7th seed, I see.
Yeah, and you can get there with 9 games.
And you can shock the world with being a 7th seed.
They could have did that last year, and Jordan Love would have acted right.
The injury, right? That's what
I'm
they
talking
want
about
to say.
the Eagles. Oh yeah, he was hurt. I forgot about that.
The game out the gate, I thought they was going to get the Eagles, but again, the field was slippery. It was so many things there in that Eagles game that a lot of people talked about, but they could have won that game.
I forgot about him being hurt. Dang, he was. Okay.
Yeah.
But you out there though.
Well,
I ain't hear nobody talk about that in Eagle line that he was hurt. I ain't hear that. I ain't hear nothing about that.
I mean, well, you could bring that up right after this at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you go check out Unfazed with AJ and JJ. Make sure you stick around for that episode. They have a lot of topics they're going to talk about there. See, here we did the preseason previews, but over there you're going to actually hear what Joe got to say about Terry McLaurin. But before we start talking about Scary Terry, we got to talk about Jerry Goff.
Jerry.
I was about to say that. But some would say Tom and Jerry, based upon how they looked all season, and then when the playoffs came, they went ghost. But they did look like some ice cream. But that's for you to say. Ben shouldn't have left. Ben should have stuck around. You can't leave after that, Ben. I know the head coaching gig was there, but I think you got to run it back one more time with this team because you can't go out like that. Can't go out like that.
Get him out of here.
Well, I mean, they still got Dan Campbell. Hello, Mike from Michigan.
Remember me talking about?
That's what what's name gonna try to say with the Bears. Ben Johnson gonna try to say, but Dan Campbell got a lot to say about this season, and there's a lot of questions around these Detroit Lions. So look, there you go. So we got to talk about, was it Ben Johnson? Was it Aaron Glenn that was keeping his locomotive running? Because Dan Campbell now has a new coaching staff. I think they got John Morton, who's a first season as an offensive coordinator. And they got Kelvin Shepard, again, first season as a defensive coordinator. most of the nucleus for the actual Lions offense is still there. You know, you still got Amaron St. Brown. You got Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think David Montgomery's coming back. Laporta is there. Last year, we got to think about it. Hutchinson went down with that freakish injury, and now he, excuse me, and now he's on the way back. So that's another key piece to the defense. There's a lot of things that are going to change for this Lions team. But the last time we seen them, they went up against your Commanders.
Yes, sir.
And Jared Goff, before your Commander game, Joe, was having one of, I would say, an up and down season, because he had that one game where he went 18 for 18 on completions, and then he had that other game against the Texans where he threw 4 or 5, I think it was 4 or 5 interceptions, and they still found a way to win it. It was just like it was a crazy season. So with that being said, Jared Goff, another year in Detroit, they're no longer looking at the little bummy Lions. They are now one of the 100 in the NFC. What's Jared Goff going to do this year? You on mute, Joe.
Number 1 seed last year.
Yep.
But their drive, they got a D tackle in the first round. They got an offensive guard in the second round, and they got a wide receiver. So they mixed it up in the draft. I like the DJ Reed pickup. They picked up DJ Reed. He was a hot cornerback on the market. I wanted us to get him. They got him. They got Derek Barnes. They re-signed Marcus. They re-signed a lot of guys who got hurt last year. Like they got hurt last year mid-season, and their contract was up. They brought them back. So they had 16 defensive players on IR, I believe. They was 16.
15 or 16. Yep.
So and they were number 1 seed and made it to the wild card. We started the division round. You know, you get to automatically be number 1 seed and lose. So I get it. You did your thing. Congratulations. Jared Goff last year, 4,600 yards, 37 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. New offensive coordinator, a guy they already had in the building who they just promoted up. So he's been around. He's not an outsider. So he was in the Ben Johnson system. So do I think they will skip a beat? Maybe. But do I think they will be totally different and fall off? No. I still think the machine will still run. I still think that. Because sometimes Ben Johnson could be over aggressive with his play calling when it comes to the trickery on that stuff, as we saw in the playoffs. But Jared Goff, what are you going to do this year? I think he'll have another good year. Jahmyr Gibbs also being a focal point of the more of a focal point on the offense. I told you when Montgomery, every time they handed him the ball, I was excited. I was like, yes, keep giving him the ball. Do not give it to Jahmyr Gibbs. Because Jahmyr Gibbs will run off for 7 to 8 yards every time. Montgomery, he's a little slow. We can deal with him. So now they're going to feature him a lot more. It's not going to be that split even down the middle. It's going to be more of Jahmyr Gibbs. So they're going to be more explosive in the run game, in my opinion. So I'm going to say 4,200 passing yards. I think he'll still have a decent year. 35 touchdowns. I feel like everybody I'm saying 35 touchdowns. And I'm going to stick with, he had 12 interceptions last year. I can see that again. 12 interceptions. I got you. Yeah, 12 interceptions. I can see that. So I'm going to go with that. 4,200, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
All right. So again, like you said, Jahmyr Gibbs, I named St. Brown. I forgot Jamison Williams. That's another speedster on that in that secondary. But I think Ben Johnson aggressive play calling matches Dan Campbell's aggressive style of football. Like again, there's one game where he was just like, we're going for it on all 4th downs here. Like there's not a chance we're going to try to punt this game. Like there's been moments where Dan Campbell is going to come out and say that. So if your head coach thinks this way, then everybody else needs to fall in line, because it's like it's going to be one of them days. We get in 3rd and 16. He might not punt it, y'all. We might have to go for this. So we got to have our best play drawn up.
We might not even kick it off. We might do onside kick.
Well, the rules are the only reason why he couldn't do it. Now, the rules last year, he couldn't do that. You got to be losing in order. So the year before that, I can see him making aggressive play styles that way. But for Jared Goff, I think Jared Goff was coming off one of his best seasons in his career, especially outside of the disrespectful year when he had to run to the Super Bowl. So, Joe, I'm going up 200 more yards. I'm going to say 44 with the passing yards. I think he gets 35 touchdowns. Of course, that's going to be what? He had 37. So 37 and he had 46. So I'm going 2 down on both of the numbers. I think he drops down just a little bit because of that new offensive coordinator. Yes, he was in the building, but it's just something about having an offensive coordinator that knows you, right? And I think him and Ben Johnson kind of built that relationship going into last season. And now this year, granted, he was in the room, but it's just not, that's just not, I ain't gonna say that's not his guy, but we don't know that just yet. So we got that. And then the interceptions, I'm gonna say 13. I think he give you 13 because again, like I said, the new offensive style. The only person I've seen play good with new offensive coordinators every year is Jalen Hurts, and here you go again, another year with a new offensive coordinator. So we'll see how. Yep, that is true. Baker got off a plane and almost won a football game. Like he's different. Like that's another reason why that list that you talking about, that executive list, I don't really want to talk about because the disrespect. I'm like, Baker should have been there. You can't get off.
I thought he was in there.
I don't think Baker was on that list.
Oh dang, I don't know.
But you know who was?
Oh well, I know who was.
Herbo. I was talking about Herbert, man.
Oh,
I'm like, worry about him being number 5. That's your guy. So with that being said, I really do want to see how the Lions bounce back after that. I think the Commanders and the Lions, the way y'all lost in the playoffs, y'all got a lot to prove coming into the season.
Yeah, we do.
That been 10.5. That's what the schedule has the Detroit Lions set at.
What is it? Sorry.
10.5. 10.5. They start off at Green Bay. Then it's week 2. I thought it was week 3. Week 2, they play the Bears at home. Then week 3, they go Monday night to Baltimore. Week 4, they back at home against Cleveland. 2 road games. Ooh, this schedule is tough. 2 road games. They in Cincinnati. Then the second one is a Sunday nighter against the Chiefs. Then Monday night, you talking about primetime games, they got back to back. Then Monday night, they at home against Tampa Bay. Bye week 8. What is it? At home against Minnesota. On the road against Washington. On the road against, how y'all get lucky? On the road against Washington. On the road against Philly. At home against the Giants. At home against the Packers. At home against the wait. Oh, that's okay. That's Christmas. I mean, not Christmas. That's
Thursday nights games they got.
Yeah, no. Because I know I'm like Thanksgiving. How we play? I was like, we don't play the Lions on Thanksgiving. I had to look at it again. That's in December. So they got the Thanksgiving game versus Green Bay. Of course, that's a home game. Then they got another home game, which is a Thursday night. That's the Amazon game against Dallas. On the road against the Rams. At home against Pittsburgh. Close it out. They got the Christmas game on the road against Minnesota. Like I said, last game of the season, that's really closing it out against the Bears.
10.5. Give me the over. I'm going over. The Lions I think they will win the division again.
To all my people in Detroit.
I'm not going to say that automatically, but I think they're like big favorites again.
All right. To all my folks in Detroit, man, y'all know I love y'all. It's nothing personal. I think it's under.
Ooh. You think it's under? Okay.
They get 10 wins, Joe. I'm not mad if they can steal 11. I don't think they have the season that they had last year where they got the number 1 seed. But that's a tough stretch. I mean, again, we don't know what the Bengals going to be, but the Chiefs are going to be on a mission. The Ravens are going to be on a mission.
No, I think they're going to lose to I think they're going to start off 2-0, and then they'll lose to the Ravens.
They'll bounce back against Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a tough one against Cincinnati.
The Chiefs will be a tough one, too. That's prime time. Remember, Chiefs lost to them opening night?
Yeah, I think they're going to lose to the Chiefs this time, though.
So,
going off of what we were saying about Mahomes, I think it's going to be a tough one against the Chiefs.
They'll lose to the Chiefs. But I think they'll beat the Bucks. But the Bucks played on good nights. The Bucks played on tough every time.
Yep.
So that's not an automatic W.
Let me see. All right. So here's what I'm thinking: Baltimore, Chiefs, Bucks. Possibly. See, the Dallas game gonna be interesting because Ben Johnson ain't there. but it's at home in Detroit, so it's the first time. So I think they win that one. I'm gonna change it, Joe. I'm gonna have to go over. I think they get 11 games. Yeah,
11?
they gonna get it. Yeah, they get 11. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't think they're gonna fall off as much.
Nah, no talking across the board, but I think they get 11.
Yeah, I think 11 is cool.
So
I'll go
put
with
that.
that.
All right. Well,
That's it. Okay.
we knocking these teams out, man.
Out the park. Shout out to James Wood.
Man.
Let's get it. All right, let's wrap it up. My last word, shout out to the whole R2L network. Shout out to the whole R2L family. Listen, everybody, shout out to my boy Lambo Anlo on the intro. Shout out to my brother Erhan for the logo. Everybody listen up. So we have R2L Day, August 9th, coming up less than a month. Less than a month. August 9th. And the location is Tomo. Summerfield, right?
I was on mute. It's Summerfield. Yep, Summerfield Park, right off of Central Avenue. If you don't know, ask ChatGPT. And if ChatGPT don't know, go back to the old reliable Google.
If you can't do Google, well, the map question. But anyways,
if you can't do either, hit us up on one of the social networks below, and we'll let you know.
Here it is. Right, so we're gonna be there. So if you are in the DMV area, come through. If you're not, make it through. Be good. All right. That Friday we are doing a R2L basketball all-star game, and it's gonna be 4 teams. 4 teams. The captains are myself, Tomo, Dave, and Teddy. 4 captains. We have 20 to 24 people committed to play in that game. So we each will have in those games 6 players total on each team. It's going to be a tournament, 1 game elimination. So that's 3 games total that will be played. All right.
Cool.
And we are going to do a live R2L draft like they do in the All-Star game. They have the captains on TNT. Well, we're going to have the captains on R2L next Tuesday, and we're going to have all the people up on the screen, and we're going to make our picks on which team we'll go where.
Now you putting pressure on me, man. I ain't know we was doing that. I thought we just gonna call the names, though. I didn't know we was gonna have their pictures up here, man.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it real. We're gonna make this thing legit.
Oh, this gonna get.
So
I'm gonna have to pull a Giannis.
I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that a lot. So make sure you tune into that, and make sure you tune into Unfazed right after this episode at 9 Eastern time, and then we're gonna talk about Terry McLaurin situation. We're gonna talk about LeBron James situation with the Lakers. And we got to talk about that top 10 list, obviously. So that's all I got. Shout out to my boy Tomo here with me. Shout out to you, man.
Hey, I didn't know y'all was talking about LeBron and the top 10 list. Okay, it's going to be interesting. So you went from Commanders having some issues to the Lakers and AJ telling Bibby pack his bags. This is going to be good. Shout out to our superstar members. Yes. Shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach Coombs, Javon, Lamar, Giovanni, Chris, Decorius, Mike, Taniqua, Tone, and Mike again. And we want to say, become a member. And the reason why we're telling you this is you see the perks that you get. I mean, we got the R2L Day happening. Again, you see the live draft that we're having. We also had 2 all-time drafts on the platform. We had one on In the Red Corner, and that was basically summarized by ChatGPT and Google Gemini. So shout out to the AI bots for helping us out with that one. And shout out to Ty. He flat out he smoked us in that one. But we have the NBA all-time draft that's kicking off, and these games are being dictated by 2K simulations. So the first one was last night. Members only content. You can, if you become a member, All-Star and above, you can go check it out. Granted, it's very, very entertaining, and I can't wait for the next one. So this is why you want to become a member, because we do things like this. It's just not your average YouTube channel. It's not your average YouTube network. So make sure you become a member. And that's mainly just my last words. I just wanted to touch on everything that we got going on.
Yeah. Shout out to Tony for winning 43-42. Beat Mark by 1 point.
Tony or Tony Allen? Sign up.
That was perfect. Ooh. Tony Allen hit the 3 though. At the end of the game.
What I'm saying. Man, Mark would have been gone crazy if he
I
won
know
that game.
if he did a game winning 3 to win, I told y'all. I said I don't get Tony Allen.
We would have had to find Tony Allen
But-
and show him, like, I still need to send Tony Allen that clip. It was like, hey, man, you've been disrespected, but you put up some buckets on 2K.
They went to him in the first play.
First play, and he went straight to the line. It's like, do he really got money on this? Like, who is this dude?
And that's funny. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.